Copyright disclaimer under Section 107 of the Copyright Act 1976. Allowance is made for fair use for purposes such as criticism, comment, news reporting, scholarship, and research. Fair use is a use permitted by copyright statute that might otherwise be infringing. Nonprofit, educational, or personal use tips the balance in favor of fair use. Thank you. Now enjoy the show.
What's up, aunties and unks and everybody else? How you doing? We are live. You know who we is. Me and Aaron. I'm about to let you know about the What's Going Down episode of The Real Housewives of Salt Lake City. This is their 6th season on their 8th episode. Everybody, please help me welcome Aaron to the stage.
Hello, everyone. Happy Thursday.
Yes, happy Thursday. Hey, you guys.
How we doing?
We are doing well, good. A lot of good things happening this week. Can't wait for even more better things to be happening. How are you doing?
I'm doing all right.
You know, in the wake of everything going on, we know that, there's some hardships and hard times. Some just hit me to say this. We know that there's some hardships and hard times. So we hope that whoever is going through and is also tuning in, that we lift your spirit. We are here to entertain, to bring you good commentary, and talk back. Talk to us. We like to talk back. We are interactive, whether it's live right now or on the replay. So keep your heads up, keep your chin up, and better days are coming. This is one less day that you have to worry about. And again, we hope that we are bringing some kind of light your way. Okay?
100%.
Mm-hmm.
We appreciate all of your views. We just want to take a moment and say that. We appreciate, you're taking time out to join us. And yeah, I see. Look, I'm struggling. It's a struggle bus week, everybody. I don't know. It's not even like, I just, the energy is in the air. Mercury's going retrograde.
Oh, Lord. No.
I know. Like, it isn't retrograde around here enough. But anyway, I'm here, happy to be here.
Yes.
Ready to talk about these heifers.
Yes, these Salt Lake City, Utah, and the surrounding area heifers. Again, Bronwyn was taking names and just letting really Lisa, well, a little bit of Brittany too, but mainly Lisa, girl, she humbled you real good. I appreciate it. Because, Lisa couldn't do nothing but just take it and apologize and swear not to do it again. Like, it was like she got a whooping. I mean, how much more can you blame Bronwyn?
Not what she overheard. No, because to be bringing up her daughter and the grandparents again, you're asking for it. You just shouldn't be bringing that up. The Todd farting thing, like making out, whatever, like that was a little bit different. But on top of, what Bronwyn overheard, I thought sucked. I'd be mad too. I probably would have gone downstairs and punched her. Keep my daughter's name out your mouth, especially the subject matter she brought up. It's a very, that's a delicate situation, that whole thing.
Now, didn't she say at her so-called club, juke joint, whatever that was, that they were sitting in after that debacle of a sham of a dismissal party, whatever that was.
Right.
When Bronwyn came on her turf, and that's when they swore not to discuss each other's loving family members, and here she is, mic'd up, trying to literally just trying to prove a point that it wasn't just her, it wasn't just a one-way situation. I was asked. It's in writing. It's in writing. See, it's one thing to say it not might, but you're mic'd up talking again about some things that you said you weren't going to do. Girl, I don't blame her. Not just because she's my favorite, but I don't blame her at all.
No, that one was a very personal dig again,
Hello.
and it's
Hello.
that's a very delicate situation. The grandparents have not reconciled with her daughter. Her daughter has really some mixed feelings about it, the response and all that. She needs to leave that alone.
Yeah, she doesn't live with that young girl, and I don't know what life Lisa has led, and during her formative years, late teens, early 20s. But sometimes even though we are big grown adults, and we should know better, she really needs to learn some empathy, or
Yeah.
sympathy, knowing that young kids are still forming who they are and going through. And how dare you get in the middle of whatever and however Gwen is getting over her grandparents treating her the way that they did, just because they're friends to you, and now you're finding out how shitty of a grandparent they have been, doesn't mean that it. I don't know. It's like she's, meaning Lisa. It's like Lisa's trying to prove to the world that these people aren't bad people. Well, they're bad to Gwen and them.
Yeah, and the whole thing, like, their son passed away, so he can't contribute to this conversation.
Sure.
And and then on top of that, like, it doesn't matter if you're friendly with, it's one thing to be friends with people and think they're good people. It's a whole other to be disowned by your grandparents. And then when you're trying to rebuild a relationship with them, they still sit there and like make excuses for the fact that they abandoned you because they felt that their morality was challenged and they were ashamed of what their son did. Takes two people to get pregnant. Really takes one leaving a deposit,
Yeah,
so
he's the one who fertilized the egg.
right. So, I just think that Lisa doesn't even need to be speaking on this. And like, if you do so casually, you cannot blame someone for not, for being angry with you. It's like
Correct.
you're being way too casual with really, really, really personal business. And,
And it's so delicate,
yeah, it's a delicate, just don't even talk about it. It's too delicate. It's really not. And I don't even need to hear about it anymore. Muzzy made it bad enough being nasty about at the Gap not buying baby clothes. Shoot,
Was her name really Muzzy?
that's what they call her.
Girl.
Scuzzy, she's Scuzzy Muzzy.
Oh, Lord Jesus.
I mean,
I guess.
she doesn't really give a Scuzzy vibe, but that rhymes. And she does give a villain vibe.
She kind of does,
She does. It's like I want to be respectful of the fact that like in the Mormon religion, that really went against their values that they wanted to impart on their children. But I just feel as a parent that your children matter more than that, and to mistreat and like not, just to hang on to all of that and really like not support your daughter when she's gonna have a child. It made me sad to hang on to the belief that the way that you behaved was okay.
Right.
It's unfortunate.
It is disgusting. Um, Boy,
Scuzzy muzzy.
these, the grandparents on both sides, have a lot to ponder and
Mm-hmm.
what is that word? Reconcile
Yeah,
with,
yeah. And
because
atone.
that part too. The girl is 19, going on 20, probably 21 by now. When was this filmed? I'm just saying, listen, she out there screwing. So she good and grown and good. And at some point, I don't understand why when adults get adults, they feel like they can abandon whom they brought to this world, just, who raised you? I'm like, again, okay, so what would Jesus do? Since y'all so heavy into the church, what would Jesus do? Would Jesus abandon his seed because they chose to sin according to them? I'm just saying. No, he wouldn't. So,
Nor would Jesus's mama with her illegitimate pregnancy.
girl,
I mean,
it's just it's
I'm just saying, not, I get she was carrying the son of God, but before Joseph married her, she was in Bronwyn's spot.
all I know is, well, I don't know if she was a virgin. So how would
Well, I get, I know. I'm just talking about the unmarried, the pregnancy that came, Anyway.
Okay, well, what would Jesus do, grandparents? If y'all listening, watching, listen, if anybody know them, what would Jesus do? Just saying, because you can't change nothing. You can't be mad about what you really can't change. What would Jesus do?
Boy, did Brittany's weave look bad. Woo!
Well, she looks bad.
I know. Yeah.
Girl.
I just went in that scene where she was talking to Lisa, I was like, wow, ladies, God, y'all look so bad. It's sad what's happening to your hairs. Like,
Girl.
raggedy. If there's any time to leave the extra hair at home, jeez.
And girl, listen, I don't know about all that. It did look like it was looking. It was not attractive at all. It was just like she didn't comb it. She just wetted and went outside without styling. It did not look anything like it should be. The only time I saw her looking fantabulous was in that confessional, where she looked absolutely beautiful. What was it? She had her hair kind of waved up. Something.
Oh, I think you're talking about the after show.
Thank you, the after show.
Yeah, she looks,
great.
We do know that, like, there is a glow up. There is a learning curve on all these shows. We know these ladies, usually first season's pretty dang rough, but, like, I just have to say, like, let's be real. Like, don't put the way that you could see the hair extensions versus their regular hair, but also the way that no one could seem to brush it. It was so raggedy. Heather's were looking raggedy. Like, everybody's was looking raggedy. I don't think Lisa's looked raggedy. I'll give her that. But maybe I just didn't notice, because Lisa looked crazy without makeup on anyway. So it was the hair though. Ooh.
FYI, when you want to use different colors in your hair to make it look like you want it to look, it doesn't help when you don't manage it. So if you're gonna try that, take the extensions out and just do your hair. If you just want to look like you have a messy pony, or if you want to have a messy look, don't do it with the 2-tone, 3, 4, 5-tone hair. If it's one of them clip-ins or something you can easily take out, please do that. Otherwise, put on that hat like Mary was doing.
Yeah, or put that crap
Mary.
put that crap in a braid, and put a headscarf on it, or I don't know, but don't leave it. Oh,
No, no.
mm-mm. Oh no! And they were lying to her when they told her those 2 little braids look cute. I'm like, you all look. No,
I
you
think that was just
all.
Heather. Heather was just trying to make her feel good, child. Anywho, I mean, Heather brought her into this group, so that's Heather's problem. Speaking of problems, why my girl sleeping on the Lido deck? I wish I would. I would be right in that bed.
Well, do they not have a living room? Like, don't most yachts? That's what I kept thinking. I'm like, don't most yachts have like a couch and like like inside they have like a social, like they have.
I don't know.
I mean,
I have no clue.
the other below decks, they have like a indoor, there's a couch inside, like a living room, up on the main deck. Like, I don't know. Anyway, but she did say on Watch What Happens Live that the air conditioning was broken in their room, so it was very uncomfortable anyway.
Girl,
So,
I would have been in a bathing suit
ugh,
as I was in that water. Ooh, Louis Vuitton bathing suit. She, yes, Robin, yes. I said, yeah. All she did was an LV hat, but she had a Chanel hat. Like, girl, stop mixing brands. Just go with one. Anyway, I would not have been on the Lido deck. I would have been in that room with a bathing suit, keeping cool. And if I needed to read her some more, I would until she went to sleep. I would read her to sleep. That's that on that. That's how I felt about it. Shoot, I ain't about to be no more uncomfortable than you are. Sorry. I wish I would. Then we see Heather and Whitney. Now they reminiscing about the night before. They looking like with the cat drug. Ooh, girl.
yep.
I really wish, again, I think I said this last week, because they come from such a closed in, blinders on environment of growing up, they just willy-nilly and nillying it, just doing all these things that I guess they never really could do. Like when Whitney talked about feeling liberated because she's on this pole and everybody knows it. That's her kind of coming out, part of her personality thing. And just by them drinking like this, and I don't know, I know it's not just them, but because they come from, that, the Mormon lifestyle, I just think they're pushing it way too hard with all of this. I really wish they wouldn't, and have a little more, be a little more conservative with how they party and have a good time, because they really don't need alcohol to have a good time, but a lot of people feel like they do.
There's a dynamic. Oh, I'm sorry. Go ahead.
No, I'm just saying it's just a bit much in my opinion. Go ahead, ma'am.
I feel like they have developed a dynamic where they drink and then they fight, and I feel like it's kind of gotten to be somewhat toxic this season,
Mm-hmm.
because it's like, but it's been that I get what you're saying, because remember, like, look at how drunk Heather got. She didn't even know how she got her black eye, and she probably got it from Jen. So that means that they were both so drunk that she punched her in the face. You know what I mean? And then, like, remember the other time when they were also drunk, like Heather peed in the Sprinter van.
That part.
You know what I
And
mean?
they
Like,
showed it. Lord Jesus.
well, I mean, yeah, so it's like and then yeah. So yeah, but I think, to your point as well, there's a bit of a concern about all of the franchises in general. This is not the only cast we've seen struggle with alcohol.
Mm-hmm.
New York got with Dorinda, Luann, and Sonia. New York was having
Yeah.
trouble, and then there's Shannon and Tamra, so I'm sure I could list
Karen,
other. What?
I said Karen Jesus.
Oh my. Thank you. Thank you. Although did you clock it? Side note,
Yeah,
everybody. Did you clock that she was a drunk on Potomac? I didn't. I mean, I saw every now and then she got sauced, but like I didn't see her like I didn't like to me. I clocked Dorinda and Sonia way, I clocked other folks faster than I ever clocked her.
she was never Karen was never sloppy drunk on
Yeah,
camera. They always gave us deleted or unseen footage or
right.
stories told. So she knew how to handle it on camera, even if she did drink to a point that she was more than, if she was inebriated more than what she should be, then maybe she's one of those, what do you call those? Uh, People that can handle themselves inebriated and still functioning alcoholic. Maybe that's what she is. But if she's doing 6 beers like she did in the car, then she gonna fly into the next lane. But yeah, it was always off camera that to where she was sloppy with it.
Yeah. But yeah, no, I just feel like this whole crew, I mean, I feel like a lot of that night was too much alcohol and it's fueled kind of all of the fights that are now happening.
Yeah, that one with Heather and Lisa, when Lisa was at the edge of the water talking to John, and then they show more footage of that, like how Whitney and Heather was talking. It's like Heather is willing to be okay with being Lisa's friend, even if Lisa gave a bullshit apology, meaning she doesn't have to pinpoint or just say I made some mistakes and I'm willing to move forward. So I'm thinking, no. Mm-mm-mm. That's not good enough, because these things are damaging to people's reputations and how they live. It's damaging to their livelihood. It's not just a cute little rumor from high school. We're talking about, real life here. So it's going to take some real life apology and change. But that's not what Heather is okay with. She's okay with mediocrity. Mediocrity. Mediocre apologies or
Yeah.
bullshit apologies, and I find that to be problematic within itself. So
Yeah. I don't think Heather remembered even what she said. I don't think she realized how hard she went. I don't think she realized she was literally demanding that Lisa own it, like Lisa Rinna. She owned it. She wanted her to admit all of it. And then the next day, she just wanted her to apologize. Like, B word, you don't remember what you said. You don't remember what you said. But, whatever. I mean, yeah.
so at the same time, we're of course they're doing scene by scene and room by room and back and forth ping pong, and it's our next. Lisa's talking with Meredith because they're sharing a room. Lisa's still upset that Meredith won't come harder with with helping Lisa in arguments. I'm like, well, you grown. What does Meredith need to say or do to provide anything more for you when it's about your behavior and what you're doing? It doesn't matter whether or not Meredith believes you or not, because they don't believe you. So, Lisa, girl, if you're listening, watching, listening, stop expecting Meredith to come hard for you when it takes your behavior to change according to them. It doesn't matter who is on your side. That doesn't matter at all. I don't understand why Lisa thinks having somebody else say what she says is going to change things. Is that how you took it?
I think that on Housewives, they start to get really like you didn't have my back because of how like falsely combative the show's dynamics can get.
Yeah.
So I feel like it's I don't know, I want to make sure I explain this properly. Yes, in theory, nobody needs to like jump in the fray for you, you know, like you should be able to hold your own and stand up for what, you know, your situation. But
Mhm.
I also see how like, you know, they get into alliances. We talk about how we don't like one person ganged up on by everybody else, you know,
Yeah.
like where the hell was Brittany? Brittany wasn't speaking up. So Lisa was kind of looking at the friends like, where were you guys while I was being attacked? And I do get that like they start to look at each other for that support because of how like um you know, there's this weird expectation to like go after each other or attack each other or fight or whatever, you know. So I'm like, I guess my point is I get a little disgusted with the franchises sometimes when it's really obvious that they're like coming to a scene to like give us drama and
Yeah.
fight and go after each other. And then they look at each other like, you didn't have my back while I was being attacked. And it was like, you know, well, you know what I mean? Like it just feels a little
Mhm.
too performative, I guess is what it is. But
Wow.
I mean, Meredith is really picking this season to kind of, well, up into a point because she didn't like Brittany. But Meredith is trying to be like not in the fray, as they say, right?
Child. I'm just wondering. I'm not wondering. It's kind of sad to hear how Heather is how Heather thinks that Lisa's behavior is acceptable as long as she half-ass apologizes, and we're hearing Lisa trying to recruit Meredith, but Meredith is like, listen, I've said what I've said. I'm not going to say any more than what I need to because these ladies are going to believe whatever they're going to believe. So no matter what she says, it's not going to change or sway anyone else's belief about you. It, I'm glad Meredith is standing 10 toes on this because Meredith doesn't see that it's going to be any more. Hold on a second.
Meredith said, "You are not worth it, bitch." Our friendship is getting back on track, but it's not good enough back on track for me to jump into the fire with you. That's what she's saying.
Yeah, thank you. So it's like, girl, just change, just help yourself.
Yeah,
Because
basically.
I can't do no more than what she really wants to in this situation. Because that's crazy. So here we go. Angie, she's feeling better. She came out the room and everything, and then once Lisa comes out, everybody got quiet and looking like Lisa's like, yeah, everybody, hey, like, shouldn't you be explaining yourself right now?
Yeah, but she did not feel I yeah, she didn't feel the need, which I actually kind of like I didn't mind because I needed them to get along for a minute.
Yeah, it just seemed real weird, even though the production put it to where everybody kind of stopped. It probably really wasn't that long of a time, but I just thought, hey, you guys, sorry about last night, but we're gonna have a better day. He just came like, hey, y'all, what's going on? Like,
I don't think she felt like
explaining yourself?
I don't think I could not I think she felt attacked. I could not I could see I would if she said I'm sorry, I'd be shocked.
I agree, but say something. Don't just come out like ain't nothing happened the previous night.
Yeah,
All
no,
the yelling,
it's
and screaming, and hollering.
true. I mean, yeah, but like I said, I think yeah, I think that was maybe her accepting defeat. I don't know.
Because it's like they were quiet, waiting for her to say something else. In my opinion, I don't know.
Yeah. She said, "I'm not." She said, "I ain't giving it to you." Peace. Yeah.
So, so they all kind of dispersed. They want to get changed into some better clothes. I guess some bikinis and things, since this, they're pretty much coming out from the first time they're waking up, and some people go change, and so here we go with the grease. So, who came out to go, hey Brian, how you doing? Who was at that? Um, so anyway, Lisa comes out talking greasy about Bronwyn, and Bronwyn is upstairs. It was Lisa and Brittany, because Brittany had asked her how you and Heather doing. She's like, oh yeah, we're good, and then they got on the subject of her and Bronwyn, and that's when we, heard the stuff about what we, talked about earlier about here she
Right.
goes, talking about Bronwyn family again. And now they made it known that they were on the lower deck and Bronwyn was on the higher deck. So Bronwyn is just thumbing through a magazine like, okay, you're talking about me again, huh? Now, here I go. Now, if I say something, I'm wrong. Here you go. You just keep talking. Okay, keep talking. Oh, Brittany, you don't want to chime in. She's just talking to herself, pretty much narrating how she's going to approach this due to what they're saying about her on the lower deck. And she's just like, I thought we had a conversation. Like, how would you feel if you were Bronwyn?
Oh, I would have gone downstairs and confronted them. Like but that's because I would have been pissed. And so like I would have been emotionally dysregulated enough that I would have probably pulled like an Emily. What the F are you guys saying? You know what I mean? Like I would have just been like, it was, but Bronwyn is able to hold it together and choose her moments. And I do really respect that about her. Because I would have started a fight once I heard Lisa flapping her mouth.
Okay.
I would have. I would have been like, I would have walked downstairs. What are you saying, bitch? I would have been right there.
Yeah, so this is where Angie and Mary go check on Bronwyn. So let's see where she slept last night. She slept on Lido deck. And she's like, Bronwyn's like, hey, how y'all doing? Yeah, I slept out here, but I think we need to go talk because I think I need to say some things, but I don't want who's talking about me and I can hear everything for them to hear what I'm about to say about them. Angie's like, yeah, let's go over here. Yeah. Angie has been, seasick for the last day and a half, 2 days. So she wants all the tea. She's like, me and Mary kind of miss all the tea. What's been going on? Yes, go over here and talk, girl. What? Because girl, Bronwyn had a lot to say. Bronwyn was like, talking about me again. We just made up. She said whoop de boo. I said whoop de boo, and here she go whoop de booing. Like I don't blame her, not just because she's my favorite, but I don't blame her because we discussed this earlier in this review. Like what more? Well, Brahma cussed her royally, which was okay with me, but yeah, Angie and Mary was just listening and carrying on, and next thing you know, they all meeting up again for official breakfast. And Bronwyn and Meredith kind of tag team Brittany, but Brittany had to let Meredith know, well, why are you even talking to me? And Meredith, just leave Brittany alone. You've already expressed the night before, pouring water on a girl and this, that, and the third, that you don't respect her, like her, whatnot, but you want to chime in. Yeah, you deserve to get snapped at because you ain't supposed to be, engaged. I thought you disengaged. I'm just saying.
I'm not saying Brittany isn't annoying, but Meredith feels particularly entitled to be violent and like kind of like crazy to her. And I'm kind of like, you're forcing me to look at you, because Meredith throws something at her later on. I'm like, why do you feel like you can be like physically assaultive to this person? Like, I don't know. There's something weird about Meredith feels entitled to treat Brittany a certain way. And although I think Brittany's annoying, like human being to human being, though, like, you don't get to just throw water on someone or throw crap at them or whatever. It's weird.
Well, in my opinion, it tells me that Meredith has been hiding who she really is as a person, even though she protests to be this attorney who prefers to disengage and show a certain side of herself that is, somewhat of, I don't know, better than the mess type of person, but she's really not. She's in it like everybody else, if not more than, because I think she's the only one that's been violent, right? I haven't seen anything else from anyone that I can recall this season, right?
Yeah, I was gonna say at least this season. Yes, I do think it's strangely violent towards her. Yeah, I'm honestly, everybody else has been pissed at each other, but nobody, I mean, and honestly, I'll be honest, I'm gonna say, I'll be honest, honestly, I'll be honest. Um, if I had been drinking and Heather was in my face as much as she was in Lisa's face when Lisa wanted to get away because she was really upset, I might have been violent. Just because, like, when I hit a certain level of like upset, I need to get away for a minute to calm down, to just regroup, right? Because I'm
Yeah,
like, I can't hear you anymore. I'm freaking out, like I just need a minute. And if somebody remember when Heather was like, I'm not leaving you, I'm not leaving you, I'm not
yeah,
leaving you. I'm like, you might have gotten left. Like I might have mushed you in the face. Get away from me. It would have risen my own emotional panic in that moment. So,
right.
you know, that that was I do think Meredith is not better than. It's very funny. She has no respect for Brittany,
Yeah.
obviously.
Mhm,
And it's fine.
mhm.
I get it. Brittany is super annoying, but that doesn't mean that who she is deserves to be like physically mistreated though.
Correctamundo.
Because nobody does.
If anybody, Lisa,
Right, right,
ain't
right.
nobody's hands but on her throat yet.
Yeah, I mean, when we start dictating who can be messed with physically and who can't, I mean, I get it that, Whitney and who was it, Whitney and whoever, Whitney kind of broke the seal by throwing water on her, but she kind of did that more of a playful way, like,
Right,
like it was hazing and it wasn't done in a malicious way, whereas Meredith was attacking her at that time.
right. It wasn't
She
in the
did,
heat of the moment. It's just them,
yeah.
having a jolly old good time.
And mocking kind of Brittany's annoyingness. Like, stop talking about Jared. We're gonna throw water on you and we mean it, because like you're not taking it seriously. That's really annoying.
Yes, ma'am. Ooh,
But
child. All right, Meredith, we clocked your tea.
yeah,
Check.
just see it. Just saying.
So then we see Lisa trying to be an angel, explaining things, talking about, well, people shouldn't say things behind people's backs. They should say it to them in their face. Brom looked at her like, bitch.
Oh,
Oh, like you was talking about greasy, about me, mine on the out there down below on the Lido deck and saying this, that, and third. And that's when she went OFF. AWF, HAM, as she should have. Just, and Bronwyn called her out. And
yeah.
Lisa couldn't do nothing but, she really couldn't argue it because she got caught. She just took it and apologized. Girl. And then Andrew tried to get some. And then Todd caught a stray girl because Andrew's like, well, after the party we went out and got drinks, which was unfilmed, y'all, in case y'all didn't watch the episode. And Angie said, well, you even, since you want to talking about behind people's backs, now you held your hair over your face so that your lips couldn't be read, and talked about how Todd was entertaining some woman and farting while doing so. And Lisa's like, mouth open, flies coming in and out. Really? And then all Lisa couldn't deny it. All Lisa could say was, what'd she say? I don't know.
Somebody said, Angie said your friend said she made out with Todd and he was farting the whole time. And then she said, I didn't say it was my friend.
That part. There you go,
and
y'all. Y'all heard that, y'all? Y'all heard it? Say it again, please. I may have interrupted you.
No, that was it. She said, I didn't say it was my friend. And then she says it was my friend. It was a friend of a friend. A friend told my friend. And I'm like, okay, now we've jumped into disbelief. But I don't believe this shit anyway. I'm sorry, but Todd's not attractive, okay? And like, what kind of slutty gold digging women are you all hanging around with that like they just want Todd so bad to make out with it? Like, I find sometimes I find this to be maybe they were all hanging out and Todd was farting. And like that's the joke, or whatever. But like to get to there, he was making out with like I really find it hard to believe that so many women that y'all are friends with anyway are throwing themselves at these older looking dudes, just like so hoping to get some of his money or whatever, like I don't buy
it. Sorry, Brahma girl, but it probably is true to a certain extent. Only, I'm just going to say, I kind of believe that he was entertaining another woman wherever they were, doing what they were doing. Farting, maybe not, but how Lisa got the information is so déclassé. And then tried to blame all that on Angie because Angie couldn't keep a secret.
Yeah, but Angie is maneuvering. Angie, what?
Say what? Angie what?
Angie's maneuvering. Angie is throwing Lisa all up under the bus. Like, and if I were friends with someone and then we weren't getting along and then they were taking everything that I said while we were friends and using it against me, I would be doing the same. So I don't know. Like, I would be bringing up all the crap that Angie said about other people too, but like, I also think that, I also can understand Angie's like, don't act like you don't talk about everybody. You walk them like a dog with your gossip. So yeah. I get it, I get it. And Lisa didn't really come back and say, well, this is what you said. So maybe, maybe that's evidence that that Lisa's the one that's the gossip way more than her,
I believe that Angie told the truth. And I believe that what Lisa told Angie is probably true. But definitely the truth is Angie wasn't lying because Lisa didn't say you're lying.
No, Lisa basically copped to talking to her about the rumor. She just said that I didn't say it was my friend. It was a friend of a friend.
There
it was like my friend's friend. I don't know. I will give you this. The one thing that's always weird is that, like, when stories are specific, you know what I mean? Like, he was farting while he was doing whatever. Like, I don't know. Like, usually they're true, because people don't just make random stuff up or whatever. But Mary and her reactions to farts, she's such an oddball, man. She's a woman as a character.
Yeah, she was in her confessional. She was more upset about the farting part than what he was doing and who he was doing it with. It's like, oh, the farting. Oh gosh. It's like
this is the second time Mary's brought up farting and being like whatever. So Mary's getting associated with farts now.
Girl.
Because she was what?
Look, let's not hashtag that, people.
Well, she told Angie, I can't believe you talked about me having gas, and now she's totally mortified that, that Todd, I'm like, listen, it's just starting to get a little ironic.
Yeah. Now, what's funny is all this arguing going on while Heather's trying to explain their activities for the day. She couldn't even finish everything. So while they were kind of, while Bronwyn again got Lisa to two and together about this particular. So you were talking about my husband, and again, that's when Lisa copped to, well, I didn't say B and C, I just said A.
Yeah.
She was like, pretty much Bronwyn said, F you, Lisa. She put up 2 birds in a confessional. She told her 2 birds in her face 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 times. So, needless to say, that relationship is doorknobbed. Just doorknobbed.
Mm-hmm.
Child. So now we're, done with all that foolishness. Did anybody eat? I don't know. Now, I think they call that a sandbar. I kind of got that from Married to Medicine, where the water is only so high and they can, snorkel a little bit and see some real clear. Is that called a sandbar, or is that just called a low tide area? I'm not quite sure.
I'm sure there are all kinds of like geographical, you know what I mean? Like, I'm not sure. It could very easily be one.
I'm gonna call it a sandbar. So that's what it was. And and Angela caught Bronwyn and just apologized for, saying what she said and how hurtful it could be, because she didn't want to appear as though she wasn't on Bronwyn's side. And I'm glad that she did, because I probably would have apologized at the moment, but maybe the taping was what it was, and Angie had to think of a little bit of how to come humbly or humbly to Bronwyn. And Bronwyn just like, listen, it is what it is, child. I appreciate you, but fuck Lisa.
Yep.
Oh boy. And then Angie speaks to Mary about lack of support from Angie speaks to Mary. No, Lisa. Where did I put Angie? Did Angie talk? No, it was Lisa.
No, it was Lisa.
Where did I put Angie? Anyway, Lisa. Well, start talking. We see Lisa talking to Mary, because Mary in the water. She still got on her cover-ups, hat, moo-moo, pants, moo-moo, whatever they call them, culottes, whatever, bell bottom, whatever, and she is covered. You know what I noticed when she was putting on her clothes? Is Mary bleaching? Did somebody say that before? Has that been a rumor?
I feel weird as a white woman commenting, like, please guide me here.
Have you heard it? Just have you heard anything about Mary bleaching?
Yes, I have in the past. Yeah.
Okay,
yes.
Now, well, let me say this. The reason why I asked is when I saw parts of her arms, and then she quickly covered up her feet in a previous episode, to how they were vastly different in color. However, certain Black people may have dark elbows and dark knees and, just discoloration, not quite hyperpigmentation, but I've seen that in other Black people who bleach. That's why I had to ask you that question, because I can vaguely remember it, but I've heard it so many times about other people on other housewife shows. I ain't gonna say no names, but that's why I'm like, maybe she is, for whatever the reason, but it just looked very odd.
There are some potential telltale signs. So, I'm on top of whatever, but like I said, I'll respectfully defer, but yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well,
I want to be careful. I'm like, I don't know my place here,
I get it. I'm glad you answered that, because like I said, I've heard different franchises discuss this. I'm like, did I really hear? Yeah, so I'm on the right
No,
track.
I've heard it about her before.
Okay, okay. Well, anyway, again, Mary covered up and everything. So that's where Lisa was in the shade and everything, not trying to, she just looking from a distance. She ain't trying to get nobody's water. And Lisa's, talking to Mary about lack of support from Meredith. Uh, Mary can't believe that she was supporting Lisa in this because she feels as though first of all, number one, Meredith's support for Lisa is bizarre considering how Lisa has been behaving, and two, how Meredith is supporting her. But Mary didn't tell Lisa, I think you are telling or selling stories like she did in the previous episodes. She just pretty much listened. Probably because Mary don't want to get in the middle of all that mess. But Mary just listened to her. And then that's when Meredith came on the scene for Come Out the Water. And Meredith was like, listen, I'm not going to say no. Like I said before, Meredith said she ain't going to say no more because if she don't believe you, she's not going to support it. So for the most part, we can, deduce that Meredith does not really believe Lisa.
Yeah, I think, well, I don't think that she feels strongly enough in support of Lisa to defend her. Let's put it that way. But I mean, Mary did call that out though. She said to Lisa, why Meredith is not being a good friend to you.
That part.
She did. So, and what's funny is like, but Mary is I want to say Mary's kind of right, even though like sometimes I'm like, Mary, I feel like, I don't know. I thought it was interesting the way that Mary called out Meredith.
Yeah. It's also strange. I really wish that Mary and Meredith could have been on a better footing like Mary and Angie. I think but maybe perhaps because Angie and Meredith are well enough estranged that Mary chose Angie. She's less problematic to Mary. But in a way, Angie is more problematic because Angie's always starting mess or in some mess. So
yeah, but maybe
right there is bizarre to me. But
maybe Mary feels like Angie's more loyal to her. Maybe Angie feels like Meredith didn't like really properly, because I feel like once Mary feels betrayed, she will hang on.
Yeah, a lot of Christians do.
So I don't know, but yeah, she
Mm-hmm.
definitely. I think you're right when you said like she kind of chose Angie over Meredith.
Mm-hmm. I hope they talk about that at the reunion, how that dynamic of friendship with Mary. So, because I really, but hold on, maybe because earlier what I said that we don't really know the true Meredith because of how she's behaving towards Brittany.
Right.
Maybe Mary caught on to something. I don't know, child. Hell, we gonna find out. Like, what's this episode? Oh yeah, we halfway through this season, so we got good 4 episodes left. 5. Hell, mate. Well, hell, what's name was on episode 17? Who was that? OC. Shoot, I think they got a full 22 episodes or something. This season. Well, anyway, we're gonna find out what's really so bizarre with Mary, Meredith, and Angie. Wouldn't that be something? Then they argue some more, back and forth, and child, then it was time for some bizarre drinking game. Something Australian, I guess. You said Jason's from Australia?
Mm-hmm.
Do you remember what it's called? Because I didn't write the name down, child. It was some
No.
Anyway, it's like drinking something, running back and forth and carrying on, and Brittany fell. Meredith was pleased. So,
Yes.
child. Mm, mm. At least this time, no one was sick at this time. They all seemed to, have a good time. Mary just sat back and watched and participated in some argument, conversation, listen. She's there, but it would have been nice to see her get in the water and do some, more activities. But at least she dressed up for what we're going to discuss later. Okay. Um, but one thing I want to say about them being on that sandbar or leaving from the sandbar, Heather, talk about good time party girl. She's just acting kind of hoish. And that's what I mean earlier about what is all this letting loose and just being real floozy like now that your body is what you desire it to be. There's power that it seems like Heather is willing to give away for the sake of having a good time. That's my opinion. I'm sticking to it.
And attention.
Because pretending to ride Jason and all this, that, and the third, go Captain Jason. Let me give him his title, girl. And I think he should. It's a little embarrassing. It's a little secondhand embarrassment to see her behave this way, even if she may have rolled in the hay with him before. The fact is, or maybe she's trying to show Brittany up. You know how girls can be. Mm-hmm. And both of them seem to be Lulu over DICK. Let's not forget Heather's first couple of seasons where we knew she liked the swirl. She was really into the BBC of it all. And I'm not talking about the broadcast and network from over there in Europe. Just saying. I don't know. It just seems floozy like. And it's, girl, you have the power. Stop. In my opinion, don't give it away. Keep the power. Because you're looking kind of crazy right now, Heather. I don't know. But Jason drives them back to the boat, and now they're going to get ready for their zombie night. I don't know why. Who chose this? Heather? Girl, what's really going on? Heather has some cuckoo for Cocoa Puffs ideas, but it kind of came out nice. The staff participated. They had decorations and everything. They put up decor, and of course, Bronwyn had a crazy idea that what's her name? They dress up in costumes and just go around the boat and do whatever. Bronwyn had all these different blow-up costumes. I'm like, what is going on in Bronwyn's suitcase? So in the midst of them dressing up, I think Angie and Bronwyn was going around having fun, trying to go around having fun. Bronwyn was a shark and Angie was a seahorse. Well, Angie let the door slam on her hand and apparently it broke a fingernail and she had the true effects of the blood coming and dripping. And of course, Captain Jason had to come see about her.
She just had the worst luck on that. Look, yuck. I'm not into real blood or gore, but I felt bad for her. I'm like, damn, she's getting messed up this trip.
I know it hurt because I know what it feel like. Yeah. Your nail ripped.
Yep. It looked bad for your finger to bleed like that. You got hurt.
I'm
just saying. Yeah. I'm just glad that the door didn't take her finger off because it looked like she got it like pinched in the hinge part or something. Yeah. It skeeved me out. I felt real bad for her though.
Girl, like I'm doing now. Oh my
God. It makes you cringe. Yeah, but yeah. I don't like zombies. I don't like zombies either. So this was not my aesthetic period.
So when everybody is, well enough to get together and sit down, Meredith is so happy that her caviar is being served. Like, oh girl, bye. Go on somewhere with all this. It's like, girl. All dimples was showing. She was just pleased as a pie, as a peach punch, whatever it's called, child. Just sitting there like a Cheshire cat. Just
Well, if it's good, then hey, that's great.
we didn't hear a whole lot of rave reviews about it. I think maybe one or two people said, "Oh, okay, nice." Like, don't nobody really care. Now I tell you who got some good caviar is STK. I don't know if this will serve them, but on some deviled eggs, they put them on. Oh, girls in hog cabins eating that stuff. That was so good. Oh, that was a little cute little appetizer I had. I'm about to go back over there and see if they got it. Oh, child. Anyway, I guess that's what Meredith is going to serve when she renovates her jewelry line, suite, brick and mortar. She's supposed to put the caviar in the back of the store, instead of a lounge, it'll just, caviar and champagne or something. Like, oh, okay, that's cute. Whatever. So Bronwyn reports that she called home and reported back about all the mess and pretty much, was like, this is kind of, real messed up that, Todd feels like, why is his relationship on the chopping block and why is other people's relationships on the chopping block when it really shouldn't be? And again, Lisa apologized and swore never to speak on them again in perpetuity. Girl, you think that's gonna last?
Like 2 minutes.
Mm-mm. She probably was texting next. Since she wants to talk about it, I'm gonna text it.
Yeah.
Oh, Lord. So now what? Lisa, well, she didn't say I couldn't text. That's something Lisa would say.
Mm-hmm.
Then we see Brittany, she's sick but she did it so, elegantly a little bit. I don't know. She wasn't as bad as they filmed everything we heard everything Angie did and saw what Angie did. We just saw a little glimpse of Brittany, like that was it. Oh my goodness. So here we go. Meredith, stay in your lane, mama, please. Brittany comes back and takes some tequila to wash it down. I'm like, girl. And Meredith questions, why are you drinking tequila when you just, went over the boat and started the boat? Brittany was like, mind your business, old lady.
Yeah, I noticed it too. I was like, you just puked. But I also understand, like, she's also, like, trying to get drunk to, like, disconnect from feeling like shit. I'm not saying that it was, like, a wise decision, but I kind of got it. You know what I mean? Like, so, but Meredith only asked her to embarrass her. She didn't ask her out of genuine curiosity, so, or out of judgment.
As Meredith, stay out of grown folks' conversation, meaning you don't see it for her. So she's gonna come back. She gonna say something just like she did, and all of a sudden she brings up on TikTok. Apparently, somewhere on TikTok is your husband canoodling with somebody else, and they got some type of receipt, photo, video, audio, visual, or something. And that really sent Meredith over the edge. She threw off her decor, her fake saw on her head, and threw it in Brittany's direction. Brittany said, "Why are you throwing something at me again? What is your problem?" Whoop de whoop. And Meredith, chimed. Oh, we forgot about the other part where Meredith and Bronwyn confirmed. No, Bronwyn mentioned to Brittany how you were trying to get Jason to come in. Well, you were trying to get
right
to come into your room, and Brittany's like, "What are you talking about? Why are you talking to me and everything?" Like, nah, girl. And Meredith brought it up again. I listen, just because you break up with your man so that he can date other people doesn't mean my relationship is in jeopardy. It's like, no, I break up with him. All these little stupid little comebacks. But apparently, Meredith confirmed that he came out of your room later that night, and then they filmed how he was helping her with her AC unit in her room because it was too hot. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
I don't think he gave her the time of day. I don't think he was that. I think it was. I do believe it was the air conditioning.
It may have been air conditioning, but I don't think she's above pleasing him, if you know what I'm saying.
I don't think he was into her at all. I felt like when she said, "You want to give me a tour of the boat?" He was like, not tonight. Like I just got the vibe from him that he was like, "Not you, babe."
Maybe because of his, friendship with Heather, but ain't no man gonna turn down pleasure if it's something that they ain't gotta do. And it's something that can be on the low, because Brittany ain't gonna tell nobody. I'm just saying it's plausible, but for the most part, he did turn her down. Yeah, he did. So
and they're all on camera. Right. He's the captain of the boat. Like I just didn't get the vibe he was even. Yeah, and like honestly, if you watch Below Deck, fraternizing with the guests is like a huge no. Like they treat it like a fireable offense, like immediately. Like you're not even supposed to contact them while they're on, you know what I mean? Like it's like you can't cross the line. So I mean, I get your point, but I really don't think I just don't think he went for it with her.
Probably not, but I think it could have maybe 15% chance of rain. Oh Lord, because I know she a little sticky something. Oh, can't break trust.
No, I think she totally would have been down. I just don't think he was. I think he stayed down. He wasn't up for it.
Good one. That was it, y'all, because next week it's going to be real good. I don't have no more about this episode. Did you?
No. We exhausted it, I think.
So we got Meredith on Brittany. What's saying? Brian went on Brittany. Brian went on Lisa. Lisa on Meredith. Whitney stayed out of it. I was shocked. Whitney was just listening, watching, and listening. Heather on Lisa, and Heather on Capt Jason.
Yeah.
And according to Bronwyn and Meredith, Brittany on all of the male crew. No, just man. So that was it, y'all. I was shocked. Whitney was staying out of it. Angie on Lisa. Yeah, Lisa. At the beginning of the season, I heard rumblings at how Lisa was going to be the villain this season. So it looks like she is.
Yep.
I think we're full steam ahead, y'all. We're gonna see how Lisa redeems herself for the remainder of this season, because they don't look, she's already got caught more than once about Bronwyn, so she really has no leg to stand on with Bronwyn situation. Let's see what happens with the rest of these heifers, because child, it was a cute little episode. We appreciated it. Something for us to talk about and something for y'all to listen to. Well, Mama, any last words about this episode?
Nope. I think we said it all.
Well, y'all, we gotta find out where Lisa, child. We gotta find out where your name, Aaron. It's gotta be. Bro, what's going on? They didn't juju me. Get my mind right. Let's find out what Aaron will be when she ain't talking ish with me, y'all.
You can catch me on Facebook, Psychic Aaron Boyd, or on Instagram, Psychic_ELB. Hit me up in the DMs if you would like a psychic reading. I am running a November special, so check it out.
And I put her, in case you couldn't read it on the screen, her name was there in the comments, y'all. So just, look her up, hook her up. And like she said, let her know I sent you RAE all day, and you will be pleasantly surprised at the data and info that she shares with you, as I was. And I will be getting another reading soon. And maybe I'll let you know about it. Maybe I won't, but just know for sure that I will get another reading real soon. Look, depending on what's being said. No, but for real, I hope you do enjoy that, because it will be something for the books that she can do for you guys. Well, y'all, that was it for this episode. We appreciate you. We enjoy you. And don't forget to shoot us a comment. Let us know what's going on. Like, comment, subscribe. Make sure that the bell is black. And we'll catch you next time, y'all. Bye-bye. Every day.